What's up? This is Marcus here with Living.Fit, and here is your workout. So the way that this is going to be structured, we've got 4 movements. We're going to be going for reps on this one. We're going to go through all 4 exercises as a circuit, and then we'll cycle through that 4 times. So this is going to be a lower body, upper body driven workout, starting off with explosive deadlifts, moving on to lunges, and then a little isolation work. We're going to use the kettlebells on this, but you can absolutely use dumbbells or bands or any other tool that you want. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. All right, movement number 1 is gonna be explosive deadlift. We're gonna go for 8 solid reps. I wanna go as high as I can. Ready, set, 1. Whew. I know what you're thinking, Marcus, I thought you said go as high as you can. That was as high as I can. So the goal there is just to be as explosive as possible, getting through that triple extension from your ankles, knees, hips. Fantastic precursor to swings, but is also challenging. So, that was movement number 1. All right, next one we're gonna do. We're gonna go alternating lunges with a march. So I'm gonna lunge back with my right leg. I'm gonna stand up, bring that leg up, and then switch. Left leg, knee up, switch. So I'm not going too heavy on this because it's challenging. No, because after those explosive deadlifts, it's definitely going to be much more challenging to be doing any kind of unilateral work. Adding that step up just adds a little bit more stability requirements. Trying to stay as upright as possible. I'm hitting anywhere from 6 to 10 reps per leg. I want to control that descent, making sure my knees are tracking over the toes. And we understand that, knees over toes, but we also want to think that back leg too. A lot of my clients, when they would first start with me, that step back, they would start to see some external rotation, or they start to get into these kind of wonky positions. So make sure it's not just your front knee, but your back. Oh, all right. We got lower body, got some grip work. Now, let's get some arms. So we're gonna use the kettlebells on this one. Like I said, by all means, dumbbells, bands. I like the kettlebells for some of these isolation exercises just because there's a different handle. So it's gonna create this offset nature. So rather than holding a dumbbell where the weight's fixed in your hand, I'll be holding the kettlebell either by the handles where it moves or by the horns, so I can make it a little bit more challenging in a slightly different way. So from right here, I'm gonna stagger the position, tuck my arms back, I'm gonna press, come back down. And I'm just going for about 8 to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go 9, 10. 9, 10. And what I like about that is now there's a grip component to it. So it's going to challenge my grip, it's going to challenge my wrist. It's not going to be as simple as a dumbbell. Obviously I can go heavier in the dumbbell, and then that would challenge me. All right, last one, we're going to do curls, same thing. We're going to do them with the kettlebells, and then we'll talk about it, because then we'll have a rest. All right, so last exercise. So I want to have a loose enough grip that the bells will rotate, not so tight that they keep coming with me. So I want them to rotate in my hand and then squeeze at the top. So, as I get to that top position, squeeze your biceps. I like that stagger position, a little bit easier on the lower back. 7, 8, and time. All right, let's take about a minute rest here. And let's talk about that. So with the curls with the kettlebells, when you think about with the dumbbell, when I get to that top position, if I get my forearm to vertical, that's creating this vertical alignment. It's just stacking everything. It's still gonna put some pressure on my biceps and on my anterior delt, but when that kettlebell, because it's offset, is on the outside of my arm, it's already pulling me down. So the entire time I have tension on my bicep. So just another fun variation. I use the term fun a lot. I don't know why I do, but I do. It's called fake it till you have fun with it. All right, so that was set 1. We're gonna go 4 sets of this. So by now, you have an idea of what we're doing. If you need to up the weight, lower the weight, we're doing each exercise, resting about 20-ish seconds in between. Trying to keep those rest periods low. All right, explosive deadlifts. Let's go 8. So I'm timing my breath to that point of exertion. So as I explode up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Most common mistake you'll see there is hips will rise up first and then torso will follow. We don't want that. So I want shoulders to rise up at the same time or even slightly before the hips. All right, off to the lunges. So these are light, these are only 12 Ks, 25 pounds each. And then the red bell is 70 pounds. So if I want to make this more challenging, I can always go heavier. But I'm trading off weight for speed in the sense that my rest periods are far lower. If I wanted to go heavier, I'd increase the rest periods to 30 seconds, 60 seconds. But because we're stacking up these agonist movement patterns, so both legs, same drivers, it's going to be far more challenging. Let's go 1 more per leg. Last one. Whew. Get your heart rate up. So for me, this is fun as a way to incorporate some more capacity, endurance training, conditioning here, but at the same time, working these movement patterns, working them muscles. And just another way to use kettlebells. Because I'll tell you, since we're gonna go on a rant here, when people are like, oh, that's not how you use kettlebells. Kettlebells are for swings, for get-ups. I'll use this kettlebell however I damn well would like to. And that's what I would recommend to people. If you get results, you feel good with your training, go for it. As long as it doesn't involve hurting yourself or others. Should throw that in there just in case you're a psychopath. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, if you noticed, change the grip on that one. So the weights were up on that. So it was a little bit tougher on the triceps because at that end position, from a leverage standpoint, they were the hardest position that I could hold outside of just keeping that bell straight, which would have just been murderous on my grip. So again, just another way to use the anatomy of the kettlebell to your benefit. So if I want to make this a little bit harder, I can slow down the eccentrics, so slow down the lowering phase, or I can bring it down to the knees, so then we're just doing that tall kneeling position. All right. But I'm not gonna, so. All right, stagger it, chest out, lats engaged. I'm gonna curl, bring it down. So I don't wanna scoop as I'm doing this. I wanna keep my elbows fairly lined up. I might slide forward a little bit, that's okay. That will get in some front delt in there. And that added bonus of that grip work, because that bell has to move freely in the hand. And down. In the kettlebell world, curling a kettlebell is very frowned upon. And that can't make me want to do it any more than if you were to say, Marcus, don't do this. I'm sorry, that's just how it's built. But there's also a reason to it. It's like I said, adding that extra benefit of the bell at the outside of the forearm, keeping that tension on the bicep, just create a new stimulus, but at the same time, still getting your beloved curls. I'm sweating, good Lord. This is fun. I appreciate Tony leaving the air on for me, the door open. It's good.
I got you.
It's good. Oh, You got an audience here. All right, round number 3. We're gonna go into explosive deadlifts again. In fact, you know what? Let's go up a little bit. All right, so let's go with 90 pounds. So the last one was 70 pounds. Same thing, just 8 reps. Not too crazy. Focus on that power output. Focus on that deceleration. So what I don't want to see is a jump and then a jarring on the way down. All right, ready? Hold your breath for a second. Breathe out as you come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no bueno. Feel it here and here. Now, if you feel it here, increase that intra-abdominal tension. Keep that tension as if someone's going to come punch you in the stomach. That will help alleviate and it will help balance out the load of the kettlebell. All right, back to lunges. So on this set, let's switch it up for you. Just because I'm a jerk like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay low. So you're going to do a low alternating lunge. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to stay slightly hinged. Forward, back, forward, back. So I'm always keeping that front knee about 90 degrees or so. And notice how I'm stalling and going into this next set. All right. I'm going to count these ones out. So get low. I learned these from Julia Glanz, our nutritionist at Living.Fit, because she's just an absolute a-hole sometimes. She put me through these, and I thought I was going to cry. But if you go wide enough, joke's on you, they're still going to suck. But it's keeping that tension on the quad, keeping that tension on the glute, and it's going to intensify these lighter weights. Oh. Dang you, Julia. Oh, it stings. But if you are into fitness, you know, there's that level that we like to complain about exercises, complain about our workouts, but deep down we love it, you know that. And if you don't, I promise you will, because there was a point where I did not love it. All right, tricep extensions. So this set, I'm gonna hold on to the ball, so my hands are gonna go through the bell. It's gonna make it a little bit easier, but it's gonna force me to keep that pronated grip at the top. So it's gonna really help get a little bit more tension into my triceps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feel that in the long head of the tricep. It just does not feel good. Feels great. That's what it feels. But if you've ever done any kind of peripheral hard action, you know that upper, lower, we're just forcing that blood into our lower body muscles, back up into our upper body. If we want to keep this true PHA training, we go lower body, upper, lower, upper. But we're just doing a superset of a couple movements and then hitting upper body. But you'll see, even with simple isolation exercises, it's keeping my heart rate up. So it's making curls feel a lot worse than curls. And you can always get more juice out of this by increasing the tension, increasing your bracing. You can't tell this, but if there was a dollar bill between my cheeks, you wouldn't be able to get it. You can pull as hard as you want. It's not going anywhere. Oh, good gravy. Good and sweaty. If you haven't told by now, this is actually my workout too. I'm not just doing this for the camera. This isn't just for the likes. This is actually to share with you the type of workouts that we like to do here at Living.Fit. Or at least some of them. You could have Aaron show you some, but then you'd really hate yourself. All right, let's check it out. One more set. I'm gonna increase the weight, because again, I'm a banana like that. We're gonna go to the heaviest bell we got here. Now, if you only have 2 lighter bells, you can use 2 lighter bells. We can get into that suitcase position. The other thing, just so we're clear, in case you're feeling any pain, you can always simplify this by just going into triple extension, ankles, knees, hips are extended, not leaving the ground. So it's going to make it easier to understand that deceleration to the bottom, or just a fast concentric and then slowly bring the bell down. So at least we're getting that power output, but we don't have to worry about the timing of the jump. All right. Last set of the last workout today. So why not put it all out there? I did this workshop one time where I had this whole long thing where I said, don't push yourself to failure. Always leave a couple reps on the table. Make sure you can always do a little more. And in big letters in Spanish it said, déjalo todos, which means leave it all. Basically what they're trying to say is leave it all on the floor. So I had this long explanation of why you should not leave it all on the floor, all to be undermined by a really fancy, it was a really nice sign. All right, last set, explosive deadlifts. I want to explode high as I can, still hitting 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, technically I could have used that weight for all of them, but I hope I took pictures of those. Gotta scuff them up. But I want to make sure I can put that same amount of effort into each set. So I'll track this. I'm not just doing this workout for you guys, I'm actually doing this workout and tracking it myself. I'll track this so the next time I do this workout, I'll try to use the 48K for all sets. If I don't hit 8, hit as many as I can with perfect form, and then progress. It's all about progressive overload. You will see people talk about that with barbells, with dumbbells. You gotta do it with kettlebells too. No exceptions. All right, low lunges. Let's go. All right. So keeping that tension on the quads, on the glutes, on my core, keeping my lats engaged, upper back engaged, so as not to put too much pressure on my lower back. Since we're going lighter and keeping the tension on the quads, it'll be a little bit easier on the knees. Because what I found was when I was going just ham every time on lunges, as heavy as I could, knees were getting affected by it. So slowing down that eccentric, staying low so I'm keeping the tension on, that allowed me to go lighter, take the pressure off my knees. All right. Tricep extensions. Last set of these. All right. Into the ball again. Holding on to the bell portion here. Stagger the position. And press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, gave you one extra. A lot of people say you don't need isolation exercises, just compound lifts. I like incorporating those isolation exercises just to increase the strength of those muscles, because if I'm just doing tricep extensions, even though it's a single joint and I'm not passing through multiple joints, if I increase the strength of my tricep, even separate of anything else, my press is going to go up. My chest press is going to go up. So compound lifts are absolutely where it's at. Don't poo-poo the isolation exercises. Last set here, and then we'll talk about it. Same thing, if I can strengthen my bicep, strengthen my forearm flexors, this is going to increase my grip strength. It's going to increase my pulling strength, but it should just not be the main thing I'm doing. Isolation has its place. Squeeze. Last one. So I hope you enjoyed. That was my actual workout today. So that was a portion of my program on Living.Fit called Turbo Fat Loss, and I love that program because it's fast-paced, it's explosive. You don't need a lot of heavy weights, but if you have them, you'll definitely get stronger. So if you're just doing this as a standalone, that's awesome, it's still fantastic. Just make sure you're tracking, getting something from it. Make sure you're pushing yourself with the appropriate amount of intensity. But if you like more programs, more training tips, more, check out Living.Fit.